And now we have our Prime Minister.
Thank you, thank you. There you are. Right. Village people, thank you for putting your humdrum lives and Netflix on hold and coming to the village hall so that I may speak to you.
Yes, yeah.
Indeed, I speak to you tonight with a heavy heart.
Like
always.
But it's my duty as your Prime Minister to be straight with you, albeit as a bearer of bad tidings. You see, we find ourselves in hideous times
Yeah.
with this unprecedented giant wreaking havoc in the village. He has been trampling our crops.
Oh my God.
He has been taking our children. And now he has made off with our very own princess, who is betrothed to me. It's a very sad moment. But moving on.
It's sadder than that.
Well, not really, but yes. I'm going to level with you. Our team of negotiators have been to the giant's castle, and we're working with his representatives, the cook, the chicken, and the harp. We have every hope of securing the princess's safe return in the coming days, weeks. Look, she'll be back at some point. But I demand, they beseech your patience.
Dad, can you stop your embarrassing?
You see, our team is working at pace, round the clock, burning their bridges at both ends.
I can see that.
To come up with a world-beating giant defeat princess rescue plan. In fact, we expect to announce any moment now that there's a high probability of 25% of the princess being returned to us. Yes. And that's an outcome we can be sure any princess would be proud of. So what's really important for you simple village people to remember, to grasp is...
Excuse me?
We've gone from nowhere, from no princess to maybe 25% princess, with promise of more potential princess to come.
Does he know what he's talking about?
Now, I think, with all due respect, now I think we could all agree that we've had enough of this giant riding roughshod over our village.
Yes!
Sorry, let me finish. And I'm acutely aware that we've had to sacrifice a large number of succulent village children for the giant's dinner.
I lost my son.
But what I would say to you now is, in fact, I implore you, we need to be prepared. And mark my words, and we need to be patient. We need to be patient while we secure the safe return of our princess, and we need to be prepared. Prepared to continue to feed the giant with a steady stream of village children.
No!
Now, madam, please, it's just until we can ramp up production of enough Quorn sausages to satisfy his enormous, gigantesque appetite. It's likely some of my own progeny have already done their duty in this regard, I can assure you.
How do you know?
Now, I don't want to get our hopes up too soon. Now, we're not quite through the tunnel yet. Our waists are squeezing through the eye of the needle, but I can hear that squeaky wheel of the dessert trolley just around the corner. Oh yes, and I can see that panna cotta wobbling on the top with a deliciously firm and light bottom.
I just want
this is not cream.
And we do have to be firm to get to the to get to the end, to get through the end of this crisis.
What's it all about?
Because
where is the end?
Because I want to ensure you all that families can come together safely indeed this Christmas, wherever they live, everyone feasting, laden banquet tables together at home, parents, wives, girlfriends, children.
That's your house sorted then, isn't it?
Not just at my houses, but everywhere. But in the meantime, please, as your Prime Minister, For your own safety, stay away from the fields. Go away on holiday. Stay at home. Binge on the crown.
I love it.
Until the princess is back and the giant is a burden to us no more. Remember, we're not standing still here. No, we are immovable. We are moving at pace to deal with this unprecedented enemy.
Sing it, sister.
We have been working to secure PPE, Princess Protective Equipment, which will arrive at any day now from our friends in the neighbouring
Get
village.
on with it.
In the meantime, our team of mechanicals have developed an arsenal of giant-beating PPE of our very own. We've spent gazillion pounds now, and we're nearly at the prototype stage. So we're on the cusp of a giant-beating breakthrough.
You've heard that before.
We hope to be issuing supplies at reasonable cost.
From your mates, right? Oh, God.
To all of the villagers over the coming days or months. Yes, thank you. So yes, bring it on, man. Bring it up. We have these. Let us show you. Oh, thank you. I can do it. Yeah, I can do it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, please. Thank you. We have these steel reinforced batons, which
come on, it's a wand.
Which emit a reflective pearlescent sparkle, which will dazzle and bamboozle a confused and attacking giant as he muses. Hark! What is your substance? Whereof are you made?
Oh, come on, it's from a toy box.
That millions of strange shadows on you tend.
What is Eon? Dad, can you stop it? You're embarrassing me.
Yes. Anyway, so while the giant is distracted, this will afford our baton holder valuable milliseconds to make haste, retreat, depart, and thus save his skin.
What if you're a woman?
So, madam, your husband will protect you. So soon, and it's coming any day now. We'll be armed and ready, like a sommelier with a corkscrew, like a cat ready to pounce, waggling its haunches to spring into action when the giant least expects it.
You're right.
And also in our world-class lab, we have produced. Bring it out, man! Bring it out! This protective headgear. Thank you. Now off you go. This protective headgear, yes, which inspires confidence, and gives us that inner strength, that resolve to believe in our dreams.
This isn't Frozen, you know.
Even as we're chased off a cliff by the giant's evil henchmen. Now I must tell you, early indications are indeed very promising. The number of children eaten in the past week is down.
The number of children eaten will also be down.
The giant seems to be on a diet, something to do with his upcoming beach holiday. Anyway, but
where's he going then?
We have to remain vigilant in the face of this mortal enemy, this unforgiving, unrelenting, uncouth foe. Question, yes, please.
How are you going to protect the village, Prime Minister?
Another question.
Say it out, Prime Minister.
Well, as you know, the safety of the village and the villagers is my utmost sacrosanct concern.
Sure.
And I know, I tell you, to those doomsters and gloomsters that say our homegrown PPE doesn't afford adequate protection,
But it's not.
I would say thus. I must tell you, I have complete, unwavering faith in them, and I would rather have these weapons here at my disposal than rely on my old Action Man attire.
Oh,
yes.
you should get it from Amazon.
Now,
I don't want to.
I believe.
Boo.
Thank you. I believe there is a strong resolve to defeat this scourge on our good village together. So I urge you, please, we must do all we can to control the giant, protect the village, and save the princess. So, I'm sure, madam, I've answered your questions, but yes, the lady with the ugly children, madam.
Are we allowed to go out at all?
Well, yeah, I don't expect you all to stay cooped up in your houses.
Exactly.
All day. So yes, you will be allowed to go out about your daily ablutions, business, if that includes essential activities such as shopping, fox hunting, and children drop-offs at school, or if it's their patriotic duty on that day, to the giant's kitchen. But what I would say, what I would say, and it's very important that you remember this, I would urge my fellow villagers to reflect on their actions.
What does it
First,
know?
converse not with the buttock of the night, but rather the forehead of the morning. That's how we're going to get. That's how we're going to get out of this jam, this tight spot. Questions? Any more? I think I've. Madam, with the growth on your
Will you be using the tiara yourself, Prime Minister?
The tiara, a protective headgear. Yes, it's a key plank in our toolkit. Most of the members of my cabinet have been sporting them for years, in private, of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
I saw the pictures.
Another question, madam.
Well, will this all be over? What about Christmas?
Well, yes. Indeed. Finally.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, just as we made special provision, madam, for our token Bane villagers to come together to celebrate.
Don't use that terminology again.
To celebrate their Diwali, Eid, and Hanukkah, and what have you. Yes. Well, it's my fervent hope and expectation that, nay, dream, that we could return to some sense of normality soon.
We can always dream, but what will you do?
The spring fair is upon us. It's something we all look forward to.
Yeah, really.
Meeting on the village green, cucumber sandwiches,
Invited.
foie gras, small Jeroboam of bubbly, and of course cake and the traditional maypole dance.
I'd rather have a Mackey's.
Indeed, I would encourage all of our villagers of all ages to keep up their fitness levels during their winter months, even if you like, in the most humble dwelling, be it country manor or mansion. Consider jiu-jitsu or sudoku, or installing a pole of some sort to practice their dancing, until the time we can do so safely together.
Keep it PG.
Thank you. I believe. Another question.
How effective are the wands and the PPE?
Very good question, madam. Yes, well, indeed, this giant is indiscriminate, so you must keep your batons locked up safely at home at all times.
What's the point of them then?
So, indeed, as I was about to say, yes, Professor Quack, the village scientist, recommends that you take your batons with you everywhere at all times.
Well, of course.
Keep them about your persons to protect your loved ones or your spouses, and keep them locked up at all times.
What? I had that already.
Another question.
How can you save the village children and the princess?
I've seen. I get the religion. I've seen Blue Planet. Yeah, there are a lot of things we need to save right now. So yes, we must save the minke whale, save the planet, and save the great crested newt. And most importantly,
save your hair, mate.
And most importantly, and I stress, it behoves us to save space for pudding.
What about the princess?
He's moved on already.
Yes. Yes. So saving the princess is a mightily noble aim too. But I'd say it's more of an aspiration at this stage. Yes.
What do you say about the rumours that the princess went with the giant willingly?
Good riddance too. But sorry. Well, clearly I can't comment.
You could.
I can't comment on this.
How dare you?
I can't comment on this live investigation negotiation as we speak.
Wish
so
you could
assuming,
comment on anything.
thank you. Assuming she is alive. So
What?
So yes.
Did he just
So
say
yes,
that?
our princess. In fact, you know, I can already imagine the contours of a new, shapely princess forming, delineated on the horizon.
You're used to replacing women.
On horseback, perhaps in jodhpurs, whip cracking at her side, small bead of sweat on the underside of...
Yeah, please stop.
Anyway,
Stop.
an equivalent princess in some shape or form to our very own princess. I believe I've answered your question.
Not really.
Well, so finally I'd like to impress on the villagers our shared responsibility,
You
the
really
need
haven't done any
to
pressing.
control the giant, to protect the village, and indeed to save
yeah.
the princess. Thank you and good night.
What a lot of...